What's up, guys? It's me, Sergio, with Mobility Direct. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to torture test the top-selling folding mobility scooters of 2025. Now, keep in mind, folks, I'm not going to go into complete details, every spec of every single model. If you want to learn all about the specs for each of these models, we actually have in-depth review videos for every single one. Check the links in the description or call the number below to get a copy of our free product catalog. It's got our latest products, discount codes, and a ton of information about our company. You could also just go to our website, www.mobilitydirect.com, click on the green button at the top of every page that says free catalog, fill out that short form, and you'll get a catalog in your mailbox within 1 to 2 weeks tops. Now, just as a disclaimer, I have these laid out in no particular order. Let's start all the way to my right, your left, with the Pride Mobility GoGo Super Portable. This is a neat little folding mobility scooter, and I'm not just going to tell you what I like about it. I'm going to tell you the pros and the cons, what makes this model unique. The GoGo Super Portable is known for being a fold flat scooter. That means you don't have to deadlift anything if you're going to put it in the trunk of your car. You fold it flat, tilt it up on its back two wheels, tilt and roll it into the trunk of your car, which makes it seem super easy compared to deadlifting any other scooter like the ones that come apart. A couple of other things I like about it is the floorboard is very spacious. I've got a size 12.5 boot. And look at this. I've got plenty of leg rest. I've got plenty of leg room here to sprawl out. I'm not feeling cramped. And the tiller adjusts forward, back. You can go ahead and just use this little yellow lever. And you can do the same here to raise the handlebar up. So if you're tall like me, you want to have more room, no problem. I'm not feeling cramped on the GoGo Super Portable. Now, a couple things that I don't like about it. The armrests are not included. You have to pay extra for it. This scooter's made out of carbon fiber, so it is kind of expensive. The other thing I don't like about it is if you're going to sit in this thing all day long, the backrest support is pretty limited. It's just a fabric sling. And the cushion is very thin, and it has wires that suspend it. It's not a platform. I've taken this thing to Disney and Universal Studio with the fam. After about 45 minutes to an hour, I was feeling a little bit of discomfort in my lower back because it didn't have the support I'm used to on a full-size chair. With that being said, it is a great scooter. With folding models, the seats are usually going to be less padded, smaller, and lighter in weight because they want to make it as light as possible. You have to have realistic expectations. With that said, let's see how it does on grass and going uphill, and we'll test it out on some mulch as well just to see how it performs in unusual rough terrains. Now, keep in mind, folks, folding mobility scooters are generally not made to be used on off-road terrains like loose, soft grass, which this is. This is a retention area for flooding, so it's very soft and not very compact. Surprisingly, though, it's performing very well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it up the hill behind me, and I'm going to do the same thing with every other model. I'm going to leave it where it stands, assuming it doesn't make it up the hill all the way, so we can see which model makes it up the grassy hill. Start walking closer to me as I go, okay? All right, so we know it does really well on grass. Powerful motor on this thing. It has a 300-pound weight capacity. And we're going up this hill. I'm going to lean forward for safety a little bit. Okay, so it spun out a little bit. And that's the thing. These tires are not very wide. It's not an off-road machine. And it dug into the little sandy part of the hill here. Not bad. It made it up the hill a pretty good ways. I'm going to back up and try one more time. Personally, I think it was just a little sandy patch that got me. I've tested this thing out here before, and it made it up the hill. Wow. Okay. Okay. I am impressed. What did I tell you, Chuck? I told you I thought the Super Portable felt a little more powerful on the grass, and, well, that proves it. Let's see if I can get it to work this time. Nope. So keep in mind, folks, this is loose kind of dirt. Underneath this grass, which is only about 1 inch thick, you've got sand, and that's what's happening. It's spinning out. Now, I'm going to leave this one here. If you want to learn more about the specifications, Definitely check out our in-depth review video. You'll learn all about it. And at the end of the video, I'm going to put the full specification list for this model and every other model in a comparison chart so you can review them all side by side at your own convenience. All right, so next we're going to test out the Atto by Moving Life. This is a scooter that a lot of people like because of the fact that it folds up into a very compact shape, and we haven't tested this yet. We have taken other models to the airport and documented the experience for you to see what it's like. I highly recommend watching that video if you're planning on buying a scooter to take on an airplane. But I think this is probably known for being one of the scooters that allegedly can fold up into the shape of a suitcase, and it fits into the overhead storage container of a commercial airline. So that's pretty cool. Again, we haven't tested it. Every airline's different, so some airlines might not allow that. But a couple of other things about this is that it has a ton of legroom as well, and it's a 3-wheel model, so you don't have the wheel wells in the front. Your feet aren't going to have to be on top of wheel wells, which in turn brings your knees up higher and makes you feel cramped sometimes. I kind of like the look of this thing too. It looks like a Tesla almost. Very futuristic looking, digital dash, and overall it's just super futuristic when it comes to its features and its folding ability. The handlebars kind of collapse when you're folding it. So when you're getting ready to fold it, what I like about it is that the armrests tuck into the back of the seat. Very futuristic looking in my opinion. Look at that thing. That's pretty neat. Not only that, it even breaks down further. So when you want to really lighten up the load, you can actually detach the front half from the back half. All right, so let's go ahead and see how it holds up on this grass. One thing I don't like about this is it's a front wheel drive setup. Typically with front wheel drive setups, the hub motor on the front is gonna prevent it from getting the traction that most rear wheel drive scooters have. Now, because it is a 3-wheel model, it is gonna turn a lot sharper. I will say that it feels pretty good on the grass. Let's see if it can make it up this hill. See what I was talking about with the front wheel drive setups? That front wheel is spinning out already. So I'm gonna back up a little bit, put it in reverse, and see if I can get a little more traction so I don't get stuck. Keep in mind this grass is a little moist. It's Florida, it's still a little early, so let's give it another shot. With some momentum, let's see how it does.
Here, maybe I can give you a push.
Yeah, that's
Try it.
Nope, not happening. Now, my friends, that's one of the downfalls of a front wheel drive scooter. It's just not getting the traction it needs, especially when going up inclines on grass. Now, on flat, hard surfaces, all of these scooters are going to perform a lot better. Keep that in mind. I'm going to leave it right here. Now, again, at the end of the video, I'm going to put full specs as well as that chart so you could see the specs side by side, but that one can hold 265 pounds. By the way, somewhere in this video towards the end, I'm going to put a hidden message on the screen that's going to give you access to a hidden discount code. So if you want to purchase any of these products, you're not going to get just tax-free sales and free shipping and 5-star rated customer support. If you spot that hidden message, you'll also get a big discount. So pay attention. Let's move on to the GB220 Buzzaround CarryOn Heavy Duty by Golden Technologies, my personal favorite out of the entire bunch here. Why? Because it has it all. Look at this seat. Super padded, comfortable seat. Full armrest assembly included, no additional cost. Look at this backrest, okay? Look at the other backrests. This backrest is a full backrest, very tall. You get that lower and middle back support for a folding scooter. That's not common, okay? Plenty of foot space for me. I've got that size 12.5 foot boot on. I've got a front basket, a cup holder, a cane holder built into this other side, full light kit, lithium battery. These pretty much all have lithium batteries. FAA compliant, great for cruise ships, great for airplanes, great for going on trains, whatever. We've actually taken this model on a cruise ship. We've taken it on airplane rides, and we have videos for all that. So check them out. What's awesome, though, is that this thing can hold 400 pounds. So even if you don't weigh a lot, you could still use that to your advantage when it comes to power distribution from the motor. Okay, this thing's equipped with a big motor, plenty of ground clearance, bigger, wider tires than most of the other models. So let's see how it performs. And I already know this is actually one of the best performing scooters out of the bunch here. Now, folks, I use this scooter all the time. I take it to the zoo, I take it to the grocery store. We document all these videos. I can tell you, I already know that this scooter does really well. However, it does have its limitations because it is a folding scooter not meant for extreme conditions. With that being said, look how this thing is powering through this hill. It's probably not going to make it up this part because it is very steep up here. No scooters really make it up this steep hill. But the fact that it made it this far is very, very impressive. This part of the hill is super steep. The ground clearance is amazing. Armrests included. Super comfortable seat. Folds flat, tilts and rolls into the trunk of your car, just like the Super Portable. Okay, so if you want something that's got the power and the simplicity when it comes to loading it and unloading it in and out of your vehicle, this is the model all day. Guess what? It's also one of the more affordable options out there, believe it or not. Golden has figured out the algorithm. They know what they're doing. We have tons of videos on this model. Check them out, guys. Let's move on. Now, while we move our way over to the little brother of the Buzzaround CarryOn HD, I want to take the time to tell you something about Mobility Direct that makes us special. Part of every sale goes towards funding our community donation program. We give away mobility scooters to people in need all the time. Some of them are homeless. A lot of them just can't afford a mobility scooter and they're struggling to get around with a walker, a cane, or a beat-up old-school manual wheelchair that's on its last leg. We show up with a brand new mobility scooter and we gift them the gift of mobility. We change their lives. A lot of the times we have the cameras rolling and we put these videos on our YouTube for you to see the experience and the joy, the tears of joy. Check these videos out, guys. Now, I'm not just making these videos for views. We're doing it because it feels good to give back. And if you want to be a part of that mission, consider shopping at Mobility Direct. Together, we can make a difference. One mobility scooter at a time. Now let's go ahead and talk about the GB120. Again, this is the little brother. This has a 300-pound weight capacity. It's a little bit smaller all around. So if you're a little on the lighter side and you're not going to be using it outdoors on rough terrain, it's basically identical to the scooter we just reviewed. The motor's a little smaller. The frame's just a little smaller. Uses the same exact lithium battery. Has all the same features, though. Tilts and rolls into the trunk of your car. Now, because it has a smaller motor, it doesn't perform as well on hills, but it does just fine on grass. Turning radius is sharp, and it's more affordable than any other model that we've looked at so far. So if you want a really good bang for your buck, check out the Buzzaround CarryOn standard version, model GB120. Let's go ahead and see how it does on this hill. And I gotta say, the seat is pretty comfortable on this thing too. Not bad for a folding model. And that's about all we got, folks. So the Super Portable definitely does a little bit better on inclines. I think the powerful motor on the Super Portable is going to outshine the GB120. But if you want something that's got the best of both worlds, the GB220, hands down, the best option in my opinion. Buzzaround CarryOn standard model. Let's move on to the Go-Go Carbon. The tiny, youngest, littlest of the bunch here. Okay, so if you want something that's super lightweight, this thing is made out of pretty much, the whole frame is pretty much made out of carbon fiber, and that's what makes it special. So when you're getting ready to load this up, you just pull up from the middle here, and it's very easy. Literally just kind of sandwich the front and the back together. And it's so lightweight. I mean, for me it is. Depending on you and your capabilities, you may not be able to handle it. You do have to deadlift it to get it in the trunk of your car. But I mean, look at this thing. Carbon fiber throughout. Nice bright light on the front, and it's going to have some pretty futuristic features. Now, this model is not cheap, okay? The fact that it's made with pure carbon fiber is going to drive the cost up. It does have a really robust digital display, which gives you visual cues as to what's going on. So let's say, for example, you forget to turn the braking system back on when you disengage the brakes, right? All mobility scooters have automatic brakes. You can turn them off if you need to push it manually by putting it in neutral mode. But if you turn it on while it's in neutral, the scooter doesn't work. Most scooters will either beep a couple of times and that'll mean something if you look it up in your user manual. For example, 5 beeps normally means that your brakes aren't on. With this model, you don't have to fuss with looking it up in your user manual. It shows you on the screen that your brakes are off. It also has an NFC ignition, so there's no universal key. That means if you're going to a theme park where there's scooters everywhere, you don't have to worry about someone just taking a duplicate key that they bought off Amazon and stealing your scooter. This NFC chip's the only way to start it. So if you're looking for something that's top of the line, super lightweight, super robust, and you just have the money to spend, this is an expensive model, but it does check a lot of boxes. The boxes that it doesn't check, in my opinion, is the size factor. I'm a big guy, about 6 foot, 210, 220 pounds, depending on the time of year. This scooter feels small to me. I have big shoes, and to be honest, I just feel like this is not the right size for me. Now, if you're a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter, no problem. Let's go ahead and see how it does on grass and going up this hill. Personally, I've never tried it with this scooter, so I'm excited to see what happens. All right, here we go. Now, because it's so lightweight, you have to have the most realistic expectations. The motor on this thing is tiny, okay? So I don't know how it's going to do, but we're going to try it. It's doing pretty well on the grass, I'll be honest. Better than I thought it would do on this soft grass. So grass test, check. Let's go up the hill. It is a rear-wheel drive setup. That's it. That's as far as it's going to go. So, it actually didn't do too bad. It beat the Buzzaround CarryOn standard, beat the Atto, pretty much in line with the Super Portable, which is a surprise. Honestly, though, not bad for a 300-pound weight capacity scooter that only weighs 35 pounds. I'm impressed. Now, one thing I do want to mention before we move on is that most of these models come with a 1-year in-home repair plan. That means that if something goes wrong and it's a warranty approved issue, a technician comes to your home. You don't have to go anywhere. They're going to fix the product for you. That is true for the Super Portable, the Buzzaround Suitors, and the GoGo Carbon. And Pride Mobility, Golden Technologies, those are the manufacturers. They're the most well-known, trusted name brands in the industry. They have parts when you need them. If you have a warranty claim, they actually expedite it and get it processed very quickly. That's why we're proud ambassadors and supporters of these brands. We don't carry every brand out there like some of our competitors do. We like to sell stuff that actually works and that's going to provide our customers with the experience they deserve. Keep that in mind. Now, if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments section. I'll reply to them within 1 business day. And while you're here, hit the subscribe button so you get notified when we release our next video. We have more videos than any other YouTuber in the industry about these products. You can learn a lot about repairs, maintenance tips. We also have, obviously, comparison videos like this one, in-depth reviews, and a lot of entertainment. We show you what it's like to go places, Disney World, cruise ships, vacations all around the world, what it's like to go on a bus, on a train, what the process is like to board a plane. So if you want to learn more, check out our YouTube channel. You're not going to be disappointed. Let's move on to the last, but not least. This is the EV Rider Transport 4M. This is an affordable option, and it's pretty cool. It has the NFC technology, so you're not just going to ride off with a duplicate key. It's programmed to this machine. It has lights. Now, when you're ready to fold this up, you just kick this little cook plate here, pull out this little red lever, and it folds. Really nothing to it. Very simple design when it comes to folding it. Lots of color options on this too. So if you want something with a couple of different color choices, check out the EV Rider series. The Transport series is famous. It's been around for many, many, many years. And the manufacturer is based right here out of Southwest Florida. We're very close with them. They're very responsive, reliable. When you need parts, when you need to file a warranty claim, they answer day or night, all the time. And that's what we love about working with brands like EV Rider, Pride Mobility, Golden Technologies. So let's go ahead and turn this thing on. Now let's see how it does. What the hell? Now let's see how it does on the grass. Oh no, it's already spinning out. So not a lot of traction on these tires, unfortunately. I am spinning out like crazy. Man, so unfortunately, this thing is just not doing as good a job on the grass compared to the other models. Well, we can already expect that it's not going to do as well on the hill test, but let's try it anyway. Come on, let's go. Let's go. All right, folks. Well, what can I say? You know, scooters all have their pros and cons. This Pro is going to be the price point, most affordable option, lots of comfort adjustment features, comfortable seat, but just doesn't have the power that you need if you're going to be going on grass or up hills. Sorry, EV Rider, we love you, but this is an unbiased, unfiltered, true comparison video where we give you what you're looking for, the right and truthful answers. With that in mind, folks, we've got plenty of options. These aren't the only folding scooters we sell. These just happen to be the top sellers of 2025. All right, folks, so we just went over every single one of these models. I gave you my opinion on the pros, the cons. We torture tested them a bit. Now, I'm just going to recap, okay? My favorite top number one choice all day is the Buzzaround CarryOn HD. This is a hot seller, okay? There are back orders from time to time. We try to keep as much local inventory as we can so we could ship it out to you, even if the manufacturer's out of stock. Great model, 400-pound weight capacity, super versatile, all the way through, checks all the boxes. My second choice, the smaller brother, Buzzaround CarryOn GB120. Why? Because it has all of the features, the tilt and roll option. It stands up when it's folded flat, 12 inches high when completely folded. You can literally slide this one or this one under the bed in your cruise ship cabin. Very compact all the way through. The GB120 and the bigger brother 220, my top two options. Third would be the GoGo Super Portable. The GoGo Super Portable just has the power that you're looking for when it comes to a folding scooter. It does very well. The only one to actually beat it is the GB220. So if you want something versatile that just looks awesome and it's backed by a name brand you can trust, the GoGo Super Portable comes in third for me. In fourth place, I would say it's a tie between the GoGo Carbon and the Atto. Now, the GoGo Carbon's a lot smaller. Look at that seat. It's tiny. Okay, so if you've got a bigger caboose like me, you probably want something with a 17-inch wide seat or an 18-inch wide seat. This thing is tiny. I would say it's about 14 inches or so. But if you're a smaller framed individual and you've got the money, you want a top-of-the-line, super lightweight scooter that's super compact, this is going to win over the Atto. The Atto, if you're a bigger guy like me and you need the legroom, you've got bigger shoes, this is a great option. With that being said, it is expensive. If you've got the money, you want something cool, check out the Atto or the GoGo Carbon, depending on your size, your needs. Last but not least, the Transport EV Rider, which it's a great value. If you're a smaller framed person and you weigh less than 200 pounds, it'll probably serve its purpose. But for me, I weigh about 215 pounds. It's just not cutting it. I like to go to parks. I like to go on nature trails. I'm not going to be able to use this in a lot of places that I would with other models like the GB220 or the Super Portable. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm Sergio with Mobility Direct. I just want to personally say thank you for watching our videos and supporting our content by giving them thumbs up, by sharing the videos on your Facebook page, and just overall, your viewership means the world to us. We couldn't do this without you. So thank you again for watching. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment. I will reply within one business day. And stay tuned. I'm going to put that chart on the screen, and hopefully you caught that hidden message, or maybe it didn't show up yet. Pay attention. Till next time, have a great day.